Welcome. Thank you for joining me here. I know what it takes to be a soulpreneur, and in this experience, I hope to share with you some of the nuggets of wisdom that I've learned along the way and to give you some inspiration and some tips and tricks of the trade that I have come across as I've been a soulpreneur for so many years. So today is all about mastering energetic boundaries and what it means to nurture your inner alignment and the importance of this. I cannot stress this highly enough, the importance of this as you create and co-create your offerings, because you know you came to do this. You know that this call is coming from your soul to create. And then you, as a soulpreneur, get to meet everything that's in the way so that you can claim that freedom, so that you can claim that creativity and bring your essence to the world, bring your soul's calling to the world. So, welcome. Right. So in this video, we're going to explore the number one thing you need to do to align your energy and to create a powerful energetic field. And the importance of your energetic alignment is key in this, as I've already said. So sit back and relax. Make sure you have some water or something lovely with you. You don't need to look at the screen. You can just listen to my voice and we'll dive in. So aligning to your true self. The things that come up are doubt, worry, fear, lack, not enoughness. None of these are your true self. You might feel it, it might feel very real, it might feel very compelling, but it isn't the true you. And if you can master the art of coming into energetic alignment with source, your source, the source, you will find that things flow through you in a way that transmits a frequency of impeccability, naturalness, and of you and your true soul's gifts. Take that in. For me, I certainly know that my nervous system just starts to relax. There's a gentle sigh that comes, knowing that my only alignment that's needed is back to the true source of myself. Back into that alignment where I feel spacious and clear, and that's what I want for you too. I am not saying it's easy. Believe me, I know that if we have been practicing something for a long time, it takes commitment, showing up to yourself, mastering the art of energetic alignment every day in order to bring forwards that true self. But I promise you it's worth it. And I promise you that if you just keep coming back into that state of source, whatever it takes to get there before you offer, create, or do anything, even the seagull agrees, you will find a difference in your offerings. You'll find a difference in how you communicate and how you magnetize people towards you, because they will feel that transmission, they will feel that alignment, as will you. And as creators, as soulpreneurs, this is the most joyous, luscious way to bring our gifts into the world. So are you ready? Okay. Now, as I said, this process can take time. If you've been practicing something different until now, those mind loops that go on and on, you need to start to unravel them. And the best way to unravel them is to choose subconscious reprogramming tracks that you can listen to in the morning and in the evening as you're going to bed. And you just do that on a loop, repeat it, repeat. And there are some tracks that I can recommend to you. Why subconscious reprogramming? Because if you have been practicing doubt, worry, fear, lack for a long time, then you will find that those become your habitual state of being. And so to claim your true self-worth and to claim your true self-energetic alignment, you want to claim the narratives and the subconscious programming that aligns you into source, that aligns you into the truth of who you are. And it feels so good, right? Now, self-love is also very important in this. And I think that what we we experience now is a lot of layered meaning upon words. So I want you to drop everything you've heard about self-love and claim it as a way to really love you. What is it you need? What is it you need to feel at one with yourself? What parts of you do you need to welcome home, to love, to forgive? Just consider that. A hand on the heart, a hand on the belly, and telling yourself, I love you. Whenever you're feeling the doubt, the fear, the worry, the lack, whatever it is for you, will transmute and change that energy field. It sounds so simplistic, but it works. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. You might even feel stupid, but it works. Keep repeating it. And I invite you to be curious about what I am inviting you to do and play with it. Because if the mind is telling you one thing, like the fear, if it's being led from fear, lack, doubt, worry, any of those, there will be a tendency for the mind to claim that it knows better and that perhaps these things feel insignificant and small. You feel that? So be curious about what it is that I'm suggesting and give it a go. Perhaps for a month, perhaps longer. And at first you may forget, just keep coming back to it. It's all natural, it's part of being human. But be curious to see what starts to evolve and change and shift within you, because what I'm offering you here is radical realignment to mastering your own energetic alignment every day. I now have a rule, a loving boundary, a loving self-love practice that I will not create. I will not do any of the things that I am offering up until I've got myself into a state of energetic alignment. I have been practicing these things that I'm sharing with you over and over again. And it's not limited to these, there's plenty that you can do. But I'm just going to suggest these to start because these are very profound, simple, easy things that you can incorporate into your day. And certainly when we are navigating being soulpreneurs and when we are navigating leadership, what it means to be a feminine leader, then the approach is to go gently and softly and try things out. So whilst I have a strong boundary, a self-love practice, it's done with the intention of being fiercely loving towards my leadership. It's because I have seen significant changes from what I was practicing to what I now feel. Okay, just take that in, take a breath. There is a way, there is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with you. Your soul has brought you here to share your gifts. These things that you are navigating and facing are opportunities for you to set yourself free. Free from any oppression, suppression, limiting beliefs, lack mentality. And this all comes down to very simple energetic alignment each and every day. Now, when we start to do that, what we can choose is to be in excitement and passion with our gifts. We get to choose to be in deep connection to our body, our needs, and our soul's mission. I liken it to climbing a mountain. And as we climb the mountain, we get to face all those things that are in the way of reaching the top. And we get to meet the next layer, the next level, where we have contracted or limited ourselves. And so it can feel quite sticky, and as you get up the mountain, it can feel like you're never going to get there. And gradually, things start to fall away. You decide not to carry the weight any longer. You decide that you're reaching the top, that you are claiming that freedom for you to share your gifts, for that freedom to be you fully you in your radiance, your magnificence, sharing what it is you share, dissolving all the blocks by loving yourself, by tending to what you need. So this alignment that I'm speaking of is becoming a clear vessel for positive energy to flow through you. To be a clear vessel for positive energy to flow through you. How does that feel? Amazing. Does it mean that you might wake up still feeling the things you felt before? Most likely. So your only job is to get yourself into that energetic alignment of joy, ease, flow, abundance, passion, your soul's mission, and connect to that. It may feel counterintuitive at first. You may feel like you encounter more feelings of scarcity and fear. You may encounter more of the lack within yourself. You may face these things. And so remember, your job is to love and accept these emotions. You will most likely have heard of people putting music on to dance. I know this sounds simplistic, but it literally changes your cells. It changes the dynamic happening within the body. You can choose to dance with the fear. What has it got to tell me? What have you got to tell me? You can choose to dance with the lack. What is it you have to tell me? What is it? What's going on? You can choose to acknowledge, not stuff it away like, oh no, you can't be here, because of course it will be here, but the volume goes down as you practice these other ways of being more. It will go down and you will get more aligned into the truth of what you are, who you are, and what you're here to bring. And from that place, it's like opening the floodgates. It's like being in this transmission of the positive energy, and you bring forwards that frequency and vibration into your offering, your leadership. Whether your leadership is writing, whether your leadership is movement, breath work, energy healing, cacao ceremonies, whatever it is, getting into that energetic alignment over and over and over again. So then that becomes the habit of you. That becomes the true you that comes forwards. So let's go back to self-love. I spoke earlier about you can place your hand on your heart and your womb and tell yourself that you love yourself. Remind yourself that you are worthy of love and abundance. These affirmation tracks that I also mentioned earlier. Why? Because, listen, our mind loops, it's like having something on repeat. A groove is created. And so if you have been dealing with lack, unworthiness, doubt, fear, any of those things, a groove is inserted into the brain. And that becomes your practiced habit and behavior. So these affirmation tracks are telling you something different now, and you're building a new groove. Okay? So I'm sure that it's taken a long time you've been practicing those other ways. So this just takes some time to instill a different story within you. Okay, let's take a breath. There is a lot here, but the essence of it is super simple. And I invite you to practice two things this month. The I love you, tending to yourself every day. Hands on the body. I use it if I'm feeling fear or if I'm feeling anything that comes up. I love you, I love you. If it comes up while I'm preparing anything or doing something, I stop what I'm doing. And I stop what I'm doing and I go for a walk, take myself into nature. I smell an essential oil. I love you, I love you, I love you. All these things start to stack up. All right, so the key is recognizing when you're out of alignment and then bringing yourself back into alignment. Lie in a hammock, read a book. Lie belly face down on the grass. I love that one so much. Just go and lie down, belly face down on the earth and rest. Go for a nap. these are going to seem counterintuitive because we have been told and taught to do things a different way. Push, power, competition, drive, drive. I've certainly done that for a majority of my adult life. And I'm very happy to say there is a different way, and it's much better, so much more aligned to feminine leadership, to your own life, to your dynamics within your relationships, your family, your business, your art, your creativity, all of it. So the key is recognizing when these emotions crop up and what to do with them. Give yourself space and the care that you need to tend to themselves. So that is about creating the vessel so that you feel that spark of aliveness, of passion, of joy, of alignment. So that's the first part. Then we want to look at tending to your energetic field. Now, I've got a masterclass on energetic hygiene. This is also really important. If you're an empath, a healer, a sensitive, you may find that you are picking up on other people's energies. This isn't bad, by the way, but what we do with it is really important. So knowing how to transmute these energies is really empowering. Knowing how to transmute them is really empowering. I'm going to take a sip of my water. I know there's a lot in this, but it really comes down to some simple things. All right, so what you can do every day is visualize an energetic shield around you. You can use a crystal, and it's about 3 feet above you, 3 feet below you, and all around. And you can make it any color you wish. Bear with me. When I first practiced this, my mind was going off in all sorts of directions with it. The logical, linear side of it wanted to know the facts and this. I'm going to invite you to practice placing yourself inside a crystal, any color you like, and you can enhance it by breathing in and out of it to imagine it becoming like a radiant glow of crystalline light. Okay? And then what that does, crystals transmute energy. So they don't tell things to go away. I know this is very simple terms, but they don't tell you, okay, what am I trying? Let me think about the languaging for this. Often we speak about boundaries, protection, barriers. And again, I spoke about these layered words and meanings. And what I have come to understand this meaning is, rather than separating us off from life, which actually enhances loneliness, separatism, polarization, this is about being able to be in the field, but being so clear in your own energetic field that anything that comes towards you won't wipe you out. It won't translate into becoming yours. You don't have to attach to it. You can be around the energetic field, but you don't take it on as your own. But you're able to transmute that and not take it on as your own, which is really empowering. Okay, and then what that also does is it enhances your ability to be at one with your energetic field. If you're somebody that is an empath, it might be that you also have experience of people pleasing, being codependent, how they are. If they're in a bad mood, it means you have to act a certain way. So you're codependent on how the other person is, and it reflects then how you act, behave, and move. And what we want you to be feeling, what I want you to be feeling, what is the most empowering way to feeling, is not to be afflicted or affected in response to what they're feeling, and therefore it commanding your experience of life. You are then in your own power, and you can stand steady and strong, and you can be compassionate, but you're not taking the stuff on as your own, or not thinking it's your fault, these sorts of things. Take a breath in. And just take your hand onto your heart, into your belly. Breathe into that beautiful body of yours. Breathe into the lungs. Fill yourself up with light. And then exhale, let it go. And one more time. So the more often you can come back to yourself, tend to what it is that you need, tend to your energetic resonance, the frequency of what you bring, by being with yourself, by loving yourself, by being in the energetic frequency that you want to radiate, the more people are going to feel it. The more it will be felt in your transmission, your words, your energy field, your life. You will get more energized and feel the true wealth of what you bring. You'll then have the experience of not being flattened by your work. What do I mean by that? If you are somebody that gives, that has dedicated their life to their soul work and shows up to it constantly, but in a way that has the markers of a world that is wanting you to drive forwards, to push, to be creative all the time, to keep putting information out, you probably have had the experience of feeling burnt out, flattened, exhausted, wondering how you're going to keep up that pace. It's never enough. You know, that's the energy that's fed into that type of dynamic. It's never enough. You're never enough. It's never enough. You've got to give more, do more. And in that dynamic, there isn't that two-way relationship, which is why I've started this experience with mastering your energetic alignment. Because once there's this flow, then you are in sacred reciprocity. You are able to receive and give. And you tend to yourself first and foremost, because giving from that place, we're literally overflowing then. We're not giving from empty. So I'm going to give you some more ideas of things you might love to do. Take what resonates and drop anything else. So of course you could put on music and dance to that. Get yourself into a flow state, an open state. There are practices like breath work and meditation. And I think it's really important to just anchor here this point. Look at where you're doing it from. Look at the nudge from within that is saying these would be good things to do. Because if it's coming from that place of lack, of like, I must more, must do this, I'm not enough, then you want to come back to very simple practices, baths, naps, I love you. Ho'oponopono prayer is amazing. And tend to that. Because what I experienced is, as my hangover and in my recovery from being in environments that were very driven, very achievement based, then it was like I had to tick off my yoga practice, my meditation practice, this, that, and the other. And that actually was very depleting. So this key point is the seed of why you're doing something, and to feel that energetic seed. Is it coming from a push desire that is trying to fulfill some sort of lack? Or is it coming from that loving, nurturing place of like, oh, I would love to do this. This would be amazing. I really am going to enjoy that cup of tea. Or I really am going to go and dance and have a brilliant time. You can feel the slight energetic shift. And if you can't, let me know and I'll think of another way to say that. Okay, so you are focusing on activities that bring you joy. You are focusing on the things that bring you pleasure. You are looking at ramping up your self-love and your subconscious programming. You are looking at the environments that you're in. What supports your positive energy? What brings out that thing? What lights you up? What do you love to do? This is mastering your energy. This is what I find to be the number one thing that is very important for soulpreneurs to focus on. And because we live in a society that is all about gaining and competition and power, and we are in recovery, things are changing, then you might find that your habitual pattern is to consume more. You know, we are in a consumerist society, recovering, but you may notice that comes up in you. So start to play around with what that feels like. What does it feel like when you're looking to get more, more, more? And what does it feel like when things excite you and light you up? There'll be a difference in the energy field. Get to know them. That will really help you. So I'm coming to the end of part 1. So congratulations. Align your energy. Set your beautiful, fierce, loving boundaries around your self-care, your self-love. What is it you need to do to light you up? Practicing that will translate into a different energy field for your soulpreneurship.